So at the time of this recording, we're a little under 24 hours from the way that we view Tomb Raider could change forever. Matter of fact, actually, it is going to change forever because tomorrow at the Game Awards, they are going to reveal the future plans of Tomb Raider. So I thought it was fitting to get this out a little bit ahead of time. Chances are you might be watching this after the announcement. Either way, something I promised you guys that have been with me for a long time is that inevitably when this game came to PS5, I would do a trophy guide. So, Applersky here, for those that you don't know me, if this is your first time watching, please consider subscribing if you like what I do. For everyone else, thank you so much for being with me for so long. And let's get into it. So, we're going to start with Croft Manor. I figured might as well start with technically the first level of the game. We're only going to earn one trophy here, but we are going to collect 8 artifacts that count towards the collecting all artifacts trophy. Now, this one is a little bit on the long end of things because I couldn't really figure out a way to edit it for time purposes. You'll notice there's times where I fast forward some of just the traveling stuff, but either way, I'll get to that more when we get there. But either way, you don't really have to read these books, but what you're going to want to do first is you're going to want to head over here to these boxes. You want to jump up here. And this was my first time playing this game in a long time. So if the footage kind of looks like I don't really know where to go, that's because I was figuring out myself. I take pride in not looking up guides to make my own guides. So that's kind of why it's taken me so long to put this out. Plus, life happens and everything, and I had some situations. Either way, I'm back and delivering as promised. This is going to come in 2 parts to start with. I know I put on a post that I was going to release it all at once, but when I started editing it, I kind of ran into a situation where, and you'll see in the next part, where I wanted to make it as efficient as time as possible, so I did cut out like the majority of the puzzles and everything. Which naturally will probably change because as the game goes on, the puzzles get a lot more intricate, and I wanted to be able to help you guys through those sections too, because getting some of the artifacts and relics is kind of like multi-step processes. So if the next part of the video is too quick for you, I can go ahead and switch it up for the third part, which will be posted in a couple of days. But I want your guys' feedback to see if you like the format or not. So please leave in the comments if you like it or not. And if I don't receive any comments, then I'll just assume that everyone likes it based on view count and continue with how I've got it set up. So either way, once you've done that, put the box there. You're going to come into this room, switch these 2 swords switches here, and that's going to give you access to the journal, which doesn't really do anything like gameplay wise, but you do need to collect all of these items in order to complete Croft Manor. So after you've done that, come out and go into this room or into this hallway. We're going to go back here, speeding it up for time purposes, and we're going to collect her guns. Whoops, sorry. Actually, we're going to get the map to the hedge maze first, which, ironically, you'll see when we get there, I didn't use it. So I kind of just like freestyled the maze, and I edited it in a way to where it would have been too confusing to try to like speed it up because I kind of run circles, but so I left it in there as is. That way you can just follow along with what I do and collect all the artifacts in there, because I think there's a total of 3 artifacts in the maze. Either way, moving it along into this room, now we're going to collect the pistols. The dual pistols, which will be returning, it looks like, in the Tomb Raider, the new Tomb Raider. So you're going to jump on that painting to let it slide down, and then quickly jump back up and shoot that button, and that'll open up the secret passageway. But before you do that, head back upstairs and shoot this glass, and that's going to be the artifact number 1 of the level. There's a total of 8. And I'll have timestamps too. I don't know, that seems kind of counterintuitive because the way that this level is structured, you kind of have to like follow exactly what I do in order to get them. But either way, I'm still going to put the timestamps in there for if you need to jump around or jump back to certain areas. Now right here on the left hand side, don't forget to grab this. You're going to need it, the water bucket. I know the video seems kind of long, but it took me over an hour to complete this, so cutting it down to 36 minutes is pretty good. Also, I know most of you are going to probably watch this after the reveal tomorrow. Let me know in the comments what you think of the new Tomb Raider. Is it going to be a remake again of this? Is it going to be a remake and a new chapter? Is it going to just be a new chapter? I mean, I don't know. There's kind of like rumors all over the place. Are they unifying the Survivor trilogy with the original series? I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how they're going to actually make that work. But I'm going to be optimistic and just hope for the best. So let me know what you guys think once everything's revealed. So grab that spear, and then you're going to want to read. I don't have the footage there, but if you read the books that are in that room, it's going to give you the code. It's kind of like an automatic thing, and it'll just press the button and be able to get out. So moving along. Now we're going to go down here and around to the right, out to the garden area. I don't know why the camera does that. It's kind of like really awkward. The camera seems to shift every time you go in and out of that door, but what I do like about Remember from this game, like, actually, let's go into a little bit of story time while we're going through this. I don't know if I mentioned this in my previous Tomb Raider Legend trophy guide, but Tomb Raider is actually the game that made me get a PlayStation. So in a way, Tomb Raider kind of like altered the course of my life because, well, technically I was going to get a PlayStation anyways for Metal Gear Solid, but that was not out yet. So what happened was I went to Toys R Us, which is in the US. It used to be like a pretty big store. I think they're all closed now, but they had a kiosk where this was back in like 96 or 97. I think it was 97. Where you could play a PlayStation. And here in the United States, PlayStation wasn't big yet. I mean, Sony is a big name, but they weren't really marketing the console very well because I didn't hear about it. It had already been out for over a year before I even knew that it existed. And I found a kiosk at this store which had a demo disc, and you could like demo a bunch of different games. And they had a demo for Tomb Raider 2, which wasn't out yet. But I played that demo and it changed my life. Like, I had it already bought, and I had just gotten a Nintendo 64 that I saved up, mowed lawns, saved up. To age myself, I'll go ahead and say back in 96, 97, I was about 12, 13. Anyway, I had the 64, but I was already kind of getting like bored of it. Like, I had already beaten GoldenEye, Mario, Ocarina of Time, Zelda, everything there was, Turok. And I couldn't really find any games, and I came across this kiosk one day, played the Tomb Raider 2 demo, and was completely blown away. Which, in turn, I returned my Nintendo 64 on the 90th day I had it, just by chance, and I got a PlayStation 1 with Tomb Raider 1, the original version. So, that's my story. That's how I became a Tomb Raider fan and a PlayStation fan all at the same time. PlayStation still obviously, as you can see with my channel, my main format today, but I do play everything. I'm about to start Metroid Prime Beyond, or Metroid Prime 4 tonight after I finish recording, so pretty excited about that. Either way, that's my little story of how I became, a PlayStation fanatic. So here's what I was talking about. As you can see, the maze, it looks like I'm just running in circles because I am. But I do come away with all of the artifacts in here. So I figured it was best to just leave it raw so you can kind of just follow me, because there was really no other way to edit it or like to go back and collect them, because once you collect them, they're gone, even if you revisit Croft Manor. So I figured I'd just leave it in here as is. So it might take some rewinding and stuff. I apologize for the inconvenience, but this is really the only way that I could figure would work for the tutorial, or for the guide, I should say. And if you're watching this video, you're probably a huge Tomb Raider fan. Maybe you're new to the series. I don't know. But I'd like to hear you guys' stories. So let me know in the comments, what drew you to Tomb Raider? When did you get into the series? Did you get in during the Survivor trilogy and went back to the old ones? Are you an old head like me, started from the beginning all the way through and then going back to the remasters and all that stuff? I really like to know those things. So leave those in the comments. I do read all my comments, and I pretty much reply to every single one, if not like them. So those do matter to me. So as you can see, we picked up one of the artifacts already. So that should be 2 of 8. I believe at some point here, I'll pause it and show where we're at. Being that this was my first time playing this in a while, I forgot that you could check your progress of the artifacts in the main menu until, quite a while into the level. And it's kind of funny too, like I was like, should I go back? And then I decide not to. I end up, no, I didn't get everything. So I go back and I go the opposite way. And it turns out I end up finding the artifacts on my own, and then end up finding the right entrance into that area right there too, which is important because the grappling hook is in there. So it's kind of funny, like how games used to be and like how they are now. Like this is like no hand holding. Like it just, you go into Croft Manor and have to figure out everything out yourself. Like in a modern game, this would be like a tutorial, like telling you where to go, holding your hand the whole time. Stark contrast of, games back when this originally came out. And see, that's the thing too, like with the remake. See, that was the other artifact there. If they do another remake, I kind of feel like, why did you release the anniversary edition on PS5, which is a remake of the original game, and then you're going to remake the original game again? Like, I don't know. So that's just kind of how I feel. But as you can see right now, we got 3 of the 8 artifacts. There's no relics to worry about. But you do need to collect all of the tools and stuff in order to get access to all the artifacts. So we're going to try to make our way back around to the fountain area and grab the grappling hook. Like if they were going to do a remake of this again, they would have to just completely redo it. Like keep the main story there, but redo all the levels, all the everything. Like, which I wouldn't be opposed to, because we already have this, which is a faithful remake to the original. But if they wanted to remake the original and like completely change it, I wouldn't be mad about that at all. A lot of other games I'd be upset about, but Tomb Raider 1 not being one of them, because even though I'm an old school head, like I prefer the Survivor trilogy over the original games. The original games are still great masterpieces, but, well, not all of them, but at least the first 2. But I just really liked what they did with with the survival reboot. Grounded it a lot more. The original couple, they were more on the fantastical side. Like, they don't try to hide anything, nor do they try to explain it either. It's just kind of like, well, there's this rich woman, she's a demon, and she's trying to get this artifact, and there's gods, and like, without any like context as to how they exist, or like Lara's just like kind of like, all right, like whatever, which was cool for the time. I mean, but day and age, I just think it works a lot better as like grounded. So I don't know how the rumors saying they're going to unify the two. That's to me a very, very ambitious thing to do, and it just seems really hard. But maybe they can pull it off. They've been working on it for a long time, so we shall see. Oh, sorry, there was one more artifact in here, so that's the third one. Okay, so the first one was in the glass. We broke the glass, and then there's 3 in here. So a total of 4 before we get to the grappling hook. See, now I just so happen to end up perfectly out here. And you're going to want to go over here. Sitting on that little thing is the grappling hook there. And that's how you're going to get out of here. Actually, too, did we pick up the gear already? I can't remember. Because the gear goes in that little box right there. I'm not sure if we grabbed that already or not. As you can see, I'm like, oh, what's the controls? Yeah, that's right, square. I think the grappling hook was a really cool addition to the remake. Made for some more clever puzzles than the original. I think more things to do. Oh yeah, so you open that panel and then you can put the gear in there. Even though we don't have the rest of the pieces, but might as well get it started. And then pulling that lever puts the statue... Well, maybe, I guess it doesn't do anything. Thought it put him into position. Either way, we're going to have to come back to this part anyways. So moving along, we're going to kind of speed it up for time purposes here. Other than Tomb Raider, I'm actually pretty excited about this Game Awards. I think it's going to be a really good show. My predictions is that we get to see Max Payne remake, Black Flag remake, which is one of my favorite games of all time. Actually, Assassin's Creed is my favorite franchise, but that is starting to fleet away. I won't go into it too much, but I'm losing hope. And if they screw up Black Flag, I don't know if I can ever forgive them. Either way, looking forward to that. So now in the gymnasium area, I want to jump over here, climb up here, and do a back eject. I don't know why I stood there for so long. I don't think I realized. I was still trying to figure out the controls, I think. Oh, also, there's a trophy for having 30 small med kits and I think 15 large all on you at the same time. So I'm not going to show where they're all at because there's plenty. There's not, chances are if you just kind of look everywhere, you're going to find enough. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because pick up every one that you can and don't use any of them, right? Because you need to have 30 small and 15 large to get that trophy. I unlocked it, I think, the second level of Egypt, or maybe the first level of Egypt, I think is when I unlocked it, and I found plenty more after that. So that's why I'm not going to show you all the places where there's medkits, but just keep in mind, every time you grab one, just don't use it, because we have that rewind feature, right, which it comes in really good for, like, if you mess up a jump or something. So you don't really need to use health. Even, like, fighting enemies, like if they kill you, you know, your autosave is going to put you right back to where you were at, and it's not going to take any of your med kits away. So just don't use them. If you want that trophy, obviously you want the platinum, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this. Just don't use them until you've got the trophy popped, and then you can start using them after that. This part actually took me a long time to figure out. I've edited out a lot of the retries and stuff because I was missing jumps and stuff. But yeah, it took me about half an hour to figure out this section. I actually almost platinumed the original version of this on PS3, but I never finished it. And now I have a sealed copy of it, which I'm not gonna open. Well, I have the Tomb Raider trilogy on PS3. It has Legend, this one, and Underworld. I have that sealed, so that's in the vault. So that's why I'm glad that I mean, it was inevitable. Now this one's tricky. This jump here is pretty tricky. You're gonna want to run on the wall, and then see I messed it up, or maybe not, because you're gonna have to do this again and jump to the side. Maybe I didn't mess it up. Maybe, yeah, this is to hit the switch because I hadn't hit the switch yet. And all of this is for like one artifact and a wrench. Either way, I mean, it's fun, so it doesn't matter. Also, too, like the other, I guess I'll just explain kind of how it works. See, this is the tricky jump. I'll get back to that in a moment. You're going to want to hit and swing side to side, and when you feel comfortable, jump sideways onto these, and you're going to want to hit those real quick, and then spin around, and boom, there's another artifact. So that should be number 5, correct? Oh, there's 2 artifacts in here. There's one that we could have got earlier that I actually get later, but... And then up at the very top in the rafters is like a wrench that you need to get to like do something else. But yeah, anyways, back to what I was saying earlier. The more, like, for one, collecting all the artifacts and relics, those are tied to 2 trophies for the platinum itself. But by collecting them as the game goes on, it also unlocks outfits, artwork, commentaries, character bios, all of those things. They all have their own associated trophies as well. So to get the platinum, you have to make sure you get all the artifacts and everything, obviously. But then you also have to like interact with the menu once you have everything unlocked, and look at all the art, the concept art, listen to the level commentaries, and read the character bios and wear all of the outfits at least once. So either way, that's for a future video down the line. Just wanted you to be aware that's how you unlock everything. So is by collecting the artifacts and relics. So now, I don't know why it's taking me so long. I can easily make that. Maybe I was just trying to get my bearings. There, you're going to want to jump back here. Remember to press triangle every time that prompt comes up because you will fall down. And there's the wrench. After all that hard work to get that wrench. And then we have one more artifact that we got to collect too, which is really simple. At least I think we need one more. Or did we already get it? We might have already got it. I don't know. I was rambling. Either way, it's there in the video, so. Yep, must have already got it. So, the 2 artifacts in there. I wonder if I do a menu check here again to see where we're at. Because by my count, we should be at 6 of 8. speeding up, go all the way across to the other side over here to this plumbing system, and this where you're going to use the wrench to turn the water back on. In the fountain. And then go over to the fountain and then use the bucket to fill it up with water. Now that I'm thinking about it, I would like to see a remake of Tomb Raider 2. That one would be cool. There's a level in Venice, if you haven't played it. There's a really, really cool level in Venice, Italy that I would like to see redone. I don't know. Maybe we'll get there one day. If they're going to remake the first one again, I'm sure they'll remake the second one. And then you're going to use the bucket to put the fire out and grab the arrow. Now we're going to head into this room. And we're going to go grab... So we got the spear head, the arrow. I think we need to get the bow. Yeah, this room was... Yeah, so see that statue hanging up with the bow? That's what we need to get. So I do this kind of out of order. I forgot to move that red container, which you could do right away. Because, see that there's like a metal piece sticking out? You can use that as a beam to walk through. But either way, this is how I did it. I'm going to pull that down to create like a pole that you can swing on. Obviously, I can't reach it. I think there's an artifact in here too. I'm pretty sure. So we're going to go over here, jump up these boxes, and we're going to swing across to the other side. And see, I didn't even realize it yet. I forgot until right now. Pressing triangle while you're shimmying will make you go faster. Totally forgot about that until right there. So use that you pulled down, swing up across, and you're going to want to grab that, and we're going to use it to kind of manipulate these this statue over here. I'm going to put it in that round area in the ground. But then you're going to want to aim the piece that's sticking out, like turn it around to kind of match the statue. Oh yeah, there you go. That opens up that switch that you can shoot. Which opens up one side to the swimming pool back in the gym area. And then while you're up here, go over here to the left, because there's an artifact here. Oh no, sorry. This is where you shoot the, you shoot the rope, and then there's a med kit. Sorry, jumped the gun. For some reason, I thought there was an artifact there. This is the part that I missed, so jump back down and move this crate, kind of like center it in between these two scaffolds here. And that's going to create like a little beam that you can stand on. So that's why I'm speeding this up, because I'm like just redoing where I was just at. So yeah, so if you back eject off of that part instead of jumping to the pole, then you can get up to the scaffold, and then now you can see where the little platform you can jump on. Boom, jump over. And you're going to go around here run along the wall, jump over, push the, now you're going to push the crate off. Boom. Now you're going to use your grapple, pull it forward until the ball comes, and then the ball's going to go in that little hole. Opens up the second grate. And then now you're going to want to shoot this rope. And there's another med kit there too, small one. And grab that. Use the teeter-totter to launch you up. You got to be kind of quick to get over this area, and we're going to take down the final rope to drop the bow, the statue with the bow on it. I don't know why I'm staring at it for so long. Either way, it doesn't. I don't have footage of shooting it. I don't know why, but either way, that breaks the hole in the ground, and now there's water that fills up the swimming pool. And the bow is right there at the bottom. So don't forget to grab that. I don't know why I decided to... there's an artifact in this tunnel we're going to grab. Boom. And for some reason I decided to like inventory check while I'm drowning underwater. So that's 7 of 8 total artifacts. So we just need the one last one. And now there's a lever over here. Pull that. And this is going to lead you back into the gym area and fill this pool with water. We're pretty much done now. We just got to run back out to the garden and put the arrow and bow into the statue to grab the music box, and we're almost done. Promise. Another thing too I loved about this game was learning the original, like learning all the hidden control mechanics that you can do. Like, so yeah, you're gonna put the bow there and the arrow in the other hand. Like if you double tap X, she'll do a front flip. If you press X and circle real quick, she'll do like a swan dive. I really enjoyed, and if you hold X climbing up a ledge, she'll do like a handstand somersault, which they retained all that in the remake, of course, but learning all of those things for the first time back in the 90s was really cool. So that's going to lower the music box, or whatever he was holding, and then he's got the music box in his hand. I'm trying to think where the last artifact must be in the final room. Because yeah, that's the music box. So speeding it up for time purposes, we're going to head back here, go up the stairs. I think we're going to hit a left. Yep. Go into this room. See, I'm reading these things. You don't have to do that, but now we're in back in the office area. And since we have the grappling hook, we can open up a new path. See, it took me a minute to try to remember. I was in here, I'm like, what is it that I can do? Oh yeah, the chandelier. Pull that, and it's going to open up. That's what it is. So it opens up the bookcase, and the final artifact is in there. So the trophy's not going to pop just yet. I don't know why I went that way, but don't forget to go in here and grab the final artifact of the level. And then head back out. And now we're going to go Now we're going to check to make sure we got them all. So 8 of 8. And we picked up 4 med kits too, so... Yeah, that's right. So across the way to this room here, which is previously unaccessible, but the music box, you put it in that little control panel and it'll unlock. Once it does that, the trophy's gonna pop. That'll be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope it was helpful. And I'll let the rest of it play out, and I'll catch you guys on part 1 of the actual storyline. Thanks for watching. Applersky out.